guys, and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to start a new job, a new series of vulnerable machines in VulnHub.com. As you can see here, VulnHub.com is organized by single and series machine which has different authors. It's run by people. What we are going to do here is actually solve kioptrix machines. As you can see here, it has 5 results and it's organized in level 1, level 2 up to 5. We're going to solve level 1. You can just visit the website, you can download the machine, you can run it on softwares like VMware or VirtualBox. I've already downloaded and prepared the environment. One of the first things we can do here is to find the IP address of the machines. There are different ways to do this, but I'm going to use Nmap. I just use Nmap tag SN and my local subnet is 192.168.1.0/24, and I'm just waiting for the result of Nmap. As you can see here, it just quickly finds the IP address. This is the IP address of the vulnerable machine. We have the IP address, so I just take a note of it. I put the IP address here, and another thing is just enumeration. We can enumerate the machine. Tag SV, tag SC for scripting 192.168.1.104, and actually tag ON for having the output, the results, and we can call it just scan. We wait for the results of the Nmap to see if there's any vulnerable ports, vulnerable versions, what the machine is listening on, and so forth. Before just actually visiting the actual machine, we just scan it to find if there is any open port on it. Okay, we have the results here. We can see that port 22 is open for SSH service, Open SSH 2.1, 2.9 P2. Another port is 80, port 111 TCP RPC bind, 139, this is NetBIOS Samba, 443 SSL HTTPS, and that's it. This is actually 1024 is just open, so we can just visit the website if there's any website available here. 192.168.1.104. This is the test page, and we can see this is a default template, but I see here it is powered by Red Hat. Okay, just seeing the results here, we can do nothing else. The documentation not found. Red Hat Inc. just goes to the actual website. Let's see the page source, if there's any comment here. No, I don't see anything. Okay, port 80. We have NetBIOS here. Actually, this is a vulnerable port. It has so many vulnerabilities, and we can enumerate the machine with this port. This is an interesting port. So let's start if we can find anything valuable on this port. One of the best ways to do this is just use Metasploit. I just use console, and we try to enumerate the machine. We just start the Metasploit framework here. It has so many capabilities. It helps us to find so many vulnerabilities, so many enumeration, scanning, auxiliarities that's available on Metasploit. We just wait for it to start. Okay, we just see that SMB is open on this machine. We just search for SMB. Let's search, and it finds so many things for us. What I'm looking for is just SMB version here. Yes, this is auxiliary scanner SMB version. I want to know which SMB version is running on this machine. I just use the 111 to see here. You can see the options here. We just set the R host, the remote host. Set R host to R hosts, yes, to 192.168.1.104 and type run. It just quickly checks it. Yes, this is the result. It is Samba 221A. 221A. Just to take a note of it. 221A. Now that we have found the exact version of SMB Samba, we can go further and let me see the scan once again. The interesting port is 139. This is for Samba for NetBIOS. I can use it. It actually has port 22 for SSH, but I think this is quite obvious that NetBIOS version 221A is too old. Let's search with search exploit. Search exploit to see any version for any vulnerability if there's any vulnerability for this one, or it's better to say that we should use Samba 22 to see the results. This is quite obvious that actually we are looking for this one. Yes, 228. This is we are 221A, and let me see. Yes, trans to open. It's available from Metasploit. I mean this one. We can just try to actually use this vulnerability, this exploit, to see if we have any luck to get a remote shell. As it shows here, we have a Metasploit actually exploit for this one, and we just use it again. The term we are looking for is trans to open. Let's take a note of it. Use MSF console again, and this time we just search for trans to open. You know, this is the vulnerability of this machine, which uses Samba, a very old version of Samba. But this should be easy for us to follow the exploit because it's offered by Metasploit. We search for trans to open. That's what the name is. As we can see here, we need the Linux version because the machine is served on a Linux machine. We just use number 1. Let's take a look at options here. Yeah, this is no payload configured for it. Okay, we need to set the RHOS, and actually we need to set a payload for it because when we want to leverage the exploit, we want to get a shell, a reverse shell from the machine. So I just set the RHOS to 192.168.1.104. This is the IP address of our vulnerable machine, kioptrix level 1. And we set the payload to very simple payload. Set payload to generic shell reverse TCP. Let's look at the options again. Oops, this is the options. And as you can see here, this is offered by Metasploit, that our local IP address on local port 4444 is just ready to be listened, and if we have any luck and get the exploit and the shell, we just get it on this IP address and this port. What we need to do here is just to set run or exploit. Exploit is more fun and cool. If we say run, it just tries to exploit the vulnerability of Samba, this specific version on this machine. But let's see. Yes, this is the command shell. Session 1, 2, 3 just opens the sessions one after the other. I think I just say ID, we can see that we are root on this machine. So this was so easy. It was a public exploit for Samba version 2.2, if I remember, 1A, and we just used the search exploit for it. The goal of vulnerable machines on VulnHub is actually more of them is organized to say it should be the root, or for example find a flag in /root, where we just go here, see if we have anything here. No, actually kioptrix level 1, it just tend to actually be the root on this machine. Let me see if it actually says what you should do here on the description section. This kioptrix VMware are easy challenges. The object is going to acquire root access. As you can see here, it mentions you should see and read the description of each machine you download from this website. It's offered by different authors. It has different difficulties, different goals, and sometimes it's offered by authors which are more actually aggressive, and you should find different flags hidden in different places. But we can see here we just needed to be root here, and actually it says tool techniques, vulnerability exploitation, or more ways than one to successfully complete the challenges. This is another fact which VulnHub machines offers, that there's not always the one way of doing the things. There are different ways. We just used Samba here, but if we look at the, actually let me exit here. If we look at the exit tag Y, if we look at the scan, we can go from another path, which is actually searching for SSL HTTPS Apache 1.320 open SSL if it has any vulnerability for this version. There are different ways. It just tries to learn you to enumerate the skilled art of enumeration and then exploiting the machine. Thank you for watching this machine, and I hope you enjoyed it.